notice your assumptions around love and money and how they overlap. Where do you have the same beliefs and assumptions when it comes to having a relationship, or the kind of relationship you want, or how you feel in love, and your financial situation, what's possible for you, money as a whole? Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Lorena. I'm a self-concept coach, and I support women to shift their identity, change their self-concept, embody a new state of being so that they can align with anything that they truly desire in their lives and make it manifest into their reality. So if that's the kind of content that you enjoy, then stick around. If you like this video, please do leave a like, and if you want more like this, then please subscribe to my channel as well, because I upload videos every week and even more to come in 2024. And if you want to get started on your journey of changing your self-concept, or you want to get deeper into it, if you've done some work by yourself already, but you want to create more radical shifts so that you can call in what you desire, then I invite you to check out the free resources in the description box below. There's a bunch of links where you can watch free master classes, a guidebook, and some other things so you can get started on your journey or deeper into it. So let's talk about love and money. I'm excited for this one. It's a topic that I have raised a few times and that people always get curious about. And I believe it's largely because when I think about the desires that people come to me with and that I help them manifest into their lives, it varies, right? Because the work I do is about supporting you and shifting your self-concept to match up with anything that you desire. So that can be very varied. People have different desires. We're all unique. But if I were to narrow it down to the most common ones, it's love and it's money. It's any form of abundance and what that represents for you. It's the freedom and the safety that comes with having a lot of money or having enough money. It's the feeling of being chosen and being important and being wanted and mattering in this world that comes with love. It's the desire for connection that comes with love. These two, love and money, tend to be the most common desires, the most common things that people want to manifest. And of course, the explicit specific desires can look different, right? Love means something different for everybody. And what's a lot of money for you may not be a lot of money for me, or the other way around. But the interesting thing, and that is what I really want to get at with this video today, is that there is a connection between love and money. What I notice over and over again when clients enter my world, the same issues that they have in love are usually the same issues they have with money. To give you a very basic example of how this can show up, you have a person who desires love, or who is in a relationship, or who's interested in somebody, and that person isn't texting them back, and they create all these stories in their head, or they get really triggered because of that. And so that person has a very anxious reaction to this circumstance. That same reaction applies to the relationship with money. So that same person might, for example, feel like there's never enough money, or that money doesn't come to them easily, or that they can't hold on to it. It's just escaping. And that is pretty normal, because there is this connection between love and money. And that's because you have a relationship to the person you're interested in, or even a person that is new that you don't yet know what they'll be like, but you have a relationship to a partner or a potential partner. You also have a relationship to money. You also have a relationship to any other desire in your life. Everything in life is about relationships. You relate to everything in your life. Every person, everything, every desire, and money as well. So energetically, it's actually the same. And if you are curious about the energetics of money and manifesting money, sustaining money, receiving money, being able to invest without fear, then reach out to me on Instagram, send me a little DM, because I do have a free masterclass on money as well, and money mindset and money energetics. But manifestation is manifestation, and it doesn't matter what it applies to. Sometimes there can be the perception that one is easier than the other, and I'm here to tell you that's not true. That is all based on your past experience and your perception. Sometimes people tell me, well, I don't actually find it hard to make money, but I find it hard to manifest love. Or it's the other way around. But I promise you that the same patterns you have in one area of your life, you will have in other areas of your life. It might manifest differently. It might not manifest as complete lack with one or the other. It might manifest that you have a relationship, but you're not having as much money as you like. It might manifest as you have enough, more than enough money, and you feel like there's always enough for you to come in, but you're struggling with your love life. It might manifest in this way, but your beliefs, your perceptions, and how you show up in relationship to it is likely either the exact same or there's some overlap. The annoying thing about this is that usually when one area of your life isn't flowing, the other one isn't flowing either. The amazing thing about this is that it all comes down to the same root. And it all starts with you. It all comes down to your self-concept. And that means there is a solution for it. That means that when you transform your identity around it, when you transform your self-concept around it, everything in your life will shift. And that is something that I've seen in my own life. My life is freaking amazing now, and I used to be pretty unfulfilled even when things looked good. Whether things looked bad, I always felt like I was waiting for the shoe to drop, and that has completely stopped. I have never been this happy and this grateful, and I feel like just more and more opportunities are coming to me. And why is that? It's because my self-concept has completely transformed because I did the work to do so. And now I don't have this fear of there not being enough money. I don't have this fear of somebody not choosing me. All of the fears that I previously had aren't present anymore. And I also had the perception that one was easier than the other. For me, love was very elusive, but I was like, I'll be safe. I don't know if I'll have an abundance of money, but I'll be safe. And yet I noticed myself falling into the same patterns when it came to making money that I was falling into when it came to manifesting love. And once I broke these patterns, once I shifted my self-concept in all areas of life, because there is one root for everything, both shifted. The money kept coming in, and I would feel safe even if it stopped. The men that came into my life and into my world were completely different connections, completely different energies. How I feel about dating and relating has completely transformed. And I feel safe and I feel abundant in both areas of my life. And I didn't before, even when circumstantially there were some differences in my love life versus my material life, financial life. And I see this in my clients too, where not just that there's this connection between love and money and this overlap, but more so that when they change their self-concept, when we go through this journey together and we radically reprogram their subconscious beliefs about themselves and their reality and everything around them, and we really rewire it on a nervous system level, on a somatic level, and their identity shifts, what happens is that all areas of their life change because how they relate to everything, including themselves, has changed. And now what that means is that not only the things that they originally came to me for changed, but more than that. So sometimes I have people coming to me because they want to manifest love. And once we work on that and we prioritize that, suddenly they have money coming in and money flowing in, or they get a promotion in their career, or something happens that is completely unrelated to the original thing that we worked on, and it shifts because their self-concept has shifted. Sometimes I have people coming to me that want more abundance and they want to feel more safe with money and they want to have a different relationship with money and they want to call money in. And what happens is that their health improves. It's because your self-concept is the root of everything. And that manifests especially with love and money. And if you have some beliefs around one is easier than the other, to manifest, it's simply not true. Sometimes people say to me, well, but money is easier to manifest because there is not another person involved. And no, that's not true. If you want to manifest money, there are also people involved. Or other people may find love easier because maybe it's easier to remain unattached because money provides safety and we need money to survive in this world, in this society that we live in. But that's also not necessarily true. What feels easier for you may not feel easy at all for another person and the other way around. And that's because it all comes down to your past programming and to your belief system. For example, if you grew up with wealth, you're not going to be as likely to worry about money. You're not going to be as hesitant to invest in anything, to take those risks. You're not going to worry about money not coming to you. If you grew up with a very loving and supportive environment where you were accepted fully for who you were, you're a lot less likely to chase love in your adult life. You're a lot less likely to feel unlovable. Or the other way around, if you didn't grow up with wealth, you may have more of a poverty mindset and you may keep yourself stuck in that. Or you may be hesitant to go for the things you want and buy the things you want and invest in the things you want. Or you may go and chase success to validate something within yourself, to validate your worth. I'm going to say it bluntly, I don't care what your circumstances are and what your beliefs are from your past. That doesn't mean they're not valid. They absolutely are, and they are real, right? Whatever circumstances you're dealing with right now, they are very real and they feel very real, and sometimes they hurt. But I will never validate them in the sense that this is just where you are and this is where you have to stay, because it's simply not true. I will never validate your lack assumptions around money or love, because that would be a very disempowering thing to do from me, especially as your coach. It's all possible for you. Doesn't negate where you came from, doesn't negate what circumstances you currently find yourself in. But I will not let your current circumstances hold you back, and you better don't either. The shifts that are possible when you get yourself out of these assumptions is immense. I've had clients manifest relationships after having been single their entire life, and they were really holding on unconsciously to this identity of being single. I've had a client this year manifest a 70K pay rise that she had been waiting for a freaking while, that she had been wanting for a while, that she didn't feel up to, that was not aligned with her identity before. And once we did that work on her self-concept, it shifted and boom, it just came in without her having to try. So much is possible for you, but you need to allow for that possibility. And love and money are things and manifestations where you need to take risks. You need to leap before you are ready. You cannot wait for your circumstances to change before you do something about it. You cannot wait for the time when nobody will ever reject you or judge you anymore. You can't wait for that. You need to claim the love you desire anyway. You can't wait to invest in yourself until you have more money, because you're gonna wait forever if you wait for your circumstances to change. You need to leap so that your circumstances have the chance to change. So here's a little homework for you. Notice your assumptions around love and money and how they overlap. Where do you have the same beliefs and assumptions when it comes to having a relationship, or the kind of relationship you want, or how you feel in love, and your financial situation, what's possible for you, money as a whole. Notice how you treat money and how you talk about money, where you treat money or talk about money the same way as with your partner or a potential partner. Where do you have the same fears? And also notice where you make them different, where one feels maybe safer or easier than the other. Notice the differences and the overlap with both money and love. The key thing is, it all comes down to your self-concept. I will probably say this in every freaking video because it applies to every topic, which is why the manifestation work that I do with you, that I do with my clients, is about your self-concept. That is what we do together. That is what creates the changes. You will always protect your current identity. You will always protect your current self-concept, whether you want to or not, because it happens subconsciously. Sometimes people want to find love, but they hold on to the identity of being single so much although they don't want to, that it's impossible for them to do so. They don't put themselves out there. They're not energetically open to even being talked to and being asked out by the right person, or they don't take action towards it. And mostly that's because unconsciously they hold on so strongly to the identity of being single, to the self-concept of being single. The same thing happens with money, where maybe somebody wants to go for a job that's out of their league on paper, or they want to start their business, but they hold on so strongly to the identity of growth not being possible or not having enough money that they don't allow themselves to go there and to do it. Or what I often experience in conversations with people who want to work with me, who are like, I want to join your program, but I don't have the money. It's often not that they don't have the money, but that they don't see themselves as the person who would make that kind of investment in themselves and who would prioritize themselves and their transformation and their manifestations in this way. It applies to every area of your life, but your self-concept will be the most pronounced with love and money, because these two represent safety that will mirror things back to you the strongest, because it's more important for most people than anything else. The work that I do with my clients is always very deep and profound self-concept work. But the thing is that the first step needs to come from you. I can always give you all the answers and nothing is going to change for you if you don't start seeing yourself as that person that is willing to claim that reality that you desire for yourself. What is also connected to your self-concept and connected to both love and money, or manifest in both love and money, is the connection to your worthiness or your self-worth. How worthy you feel of receiving what you want is generally reflected in your relationship to love and to money, in love and in money. And you see this show up, for example, when people want to prove their worth through receiving it. When I receive the money, when I receive the success, when I have the relationship, then I can feel satisfied, then I can feel worthy. Or you have the opposite case where you may not feel as worthy as you think or as you want to feel, and so you're unconsciously repelling the love or the money through lack mindset or lack consciousness, which often shows up with thoughts like, who am I to have this? Who am I to deserve this? Who am I to claim this, receive this? Which, by the way, lack consciousness is a big thing that also manifests in both love and money at the same time. If you have a sense of fear and anxiety and lack consciousness and there's not enough and what if I don't get it, that's going to show up in both love and money in some way, shape, or form. And then there's the thing of attracting money is like attracting a person. It's the exact same thing. If you want to see how you feel about money, treat it like a person and see what thoughts and conversations and feelings and fears come up around it, and you'll be surprised. And the thing that they both have in common is what I mentioned a few times already. If you caught it, well done, is safety. Both can give you a sense of safety. Ooh, I'm not alone. I'm loved. Okay, if I have the love, if I have the relationship, then I can feel safe in that. Ooh, my needs are met and I have the freedom and I can buy whatever I want. I feel safe. So both money and love or relationships can be very much associated with safety, and that is very innately connected to your nervous system. Safety is created in your nervous system. It feels different for everybody, and you can even rewire what your sense of safety looks like and how safe you feel with different circumstances. And that is something life-changing, and that is actually part of the work that we do in changing your self-concept and recreate yourself as well. A lot of it is nervous system work, because that rewiring always needs to take place on a nervous system level, so you don't constantly need to keep all your thoughts in check and do all of these exhausting techniques and practices, but it shifts automatically and naturally. So let me know how this feels for you, and I would love to know from you also, which one of the two do you find easier to manifest? Do you find it easier to bring money in, or do you find it easier to manifest love? Or do you find both equally elusive, equally difficult, or equally easy? Let me know, leave me a comment, and I will see you again in next week's video.